out of the question. I tugged on the hem of my red Charming Books sweatshirt. Oh, it is definitely out of the question. Trust me on that. She stopped twirling and dropped her arms, looking like a little girl who'd lost her balloon. Sadie was 6 years younger than me and was petite, with silky black hair and a bright spirit. She had the best vintage wardrobe in the state, since she owned Mid-Century Vintage, the clothing boutique that was across River Road from Charming Books. She was one of the first people to befriend me when I moved back to Cascade Springs, and was like a younger sister to me. Making Sadie frown was never a goal of mine. I would have to compromise. "You can paint my nails," I said, hoping my lacquered olive branch would put an end to the juice cleanse conversation. She clapped her hands. "Excellent!" She paused. "What juice flavors do you like the most? Lemon packs the biggest punch to rid your body of toxins." As much as I love you, I'm still saying no to the juice cleanse. I walked over to the sales counter and leaned against it. "Okay, fine," she conceded. "But Violet, you are getting married and you're acting like it's no big deal." I might be acting like it was no big deal, but it was a huge deal. Massive. Colossal. The proof of it sat on the ring finger of my left hand. The bright green emerald glittered in the morning light streaming in from the skylight above the birch tree. Rainwater had told me that he knew I needed something unique, and the stone was as green as the leaves on the birch that I held so dear. It was his way of saying he not only accepted, but supported my connection to this place and the tree. It was the perfect choice. Sadie put her hands on her hips. "Aren't you excited about the wedding?" "I'm excited about being married to David," I said. "The whole day is intimidating. Anytime you and Grandma Daisy talk about it, it seems to grow bigger and bigger. We just wanted a small ceremony." "You know the whole village is invited, right?" How well I knew that. We would get married here at Charming Books, but since we couldn't possibly fit all the guests that my grandmother felt she was obligated to invite, we would be having the ceremony on the front porch of the bookstore. Grandma Daisy, in her capacity of mayor, would be officiating. Sadie was my maid of honor, and Rainwater's younger sister, Danielle, was his best woman. At least they let me keep the wedding party small like I'd wanted. I'd won a few small battles in the plans. I wasn't naive enough to think I'd won the war. There was one more potential member of the wedding party, Fenimore James, my father. But I hadn't spoken to him in months, and I didn't know if he would attend. I didn't even know if I wanted him to be there. Sadie sighed. "Vi, we are so different. I want a huge wedding. It's the one time in your life that you truly are the center of attention. When I get married, it will be a giant blowout, and I won't make apologies for that." I smiled. "And no one is asking you to." Sadie's dream might not be that far away. After years of chasing the wrong man, she had finally found a good and decent guy, Simon Chase, who was stable and over the moon in love with her. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if she got a ring for Christmas. "Now, back to that manicure. My friend at the salon has an opening tomorrow morning. She can give you a hair trial, too." I raised my brow. "An opening this close to Christmas?" I asked. Sadie nodded. "We got lucky. 2 people just canceled. Don't worry, no one else will snap it up. I already grabbed it and talked to Daisy about watching the store while you're out. It will take a few hours." "Hours?" I squeaked, realizing that I squeak a lot when it came to listening to Sadie and Grandma Daisy's plans. "Well, we couldn't do it before this because you were busy at the end of the semester. We have to cram everything together in one day. Don't worry, we will get it done. I have an itinerary." I knew this was true. December was always a crazy time for me between the shop and the end of the semester at Springside Community College, where I was an adjunct English professor. Before I could ask Sadie what exactly was on the itinerary, the front door of Charming Books opened, and a delivery man walked inside. He had so many boxes stacked in his arms.